Here are 9 steps that will build your self confidence, but only if you follow these 9 steps to the letter and put in every bit of action that is required for you to put in. Now, having self confidence allows you to trust yourself and your own abilities. But oftentimes, when we fail to achieve our desires, we tend to mistrust ourselves. And sometimes we struggle to trust ourselves in our own abilities, capacities, and judgments. Or we believe that we can successfully face challenge ourselves. Or we believe that we cannot face these challenges ourselves. And I was going to ask, do you lack self confidence? If you believe that you lack self confidence, then the answer is yes. And if the answer to any one of those was yes, then you can follow a few simple steps that will build your self confidence. But you've got to follow them to the letter of the dot, all the I, whatever, just follow them. And then when you do, you will have self confidence off to a T. First, you need to recognize and fully understand the problem and take action to seek a solution. Next, you must begin to educate yourself. This is a step that will last forever. And what you learn when you educate yourself, that also lasts forever. So to truly achieve progress in anything that you are ever going to do, we must never stop learning. And one important thing to understand is that building self-confidence is a process. It's not as if you go to bed one night and then wake up the following morning and go, boom, and here I am. I've arrived. I have self-confidence. It won't happen overnight, but you will begin to see and feel results as soon as you start consistently working at it, putting in the action, the effort. And the good news is that building self-confidence is something that can easily be achieved with a little knowledge and some persistent effort. Persistent every single day. Yeah? Your thinking got you to where you are today by being persistent in thinking the way that you have been thinking. Now we're going to do it a different way. We're just going to be persistent in a different way, a more positive way. So as you begin to practice what you learn and start building self-confidence, you will also begin to achieve more success in your life, whatever that success is to you. I don't need to know about it. That's your success. They're your goals. They're your achievements. This success will begin to compound the growth of your confident self. And the result is a snowball effect that helps you learn how to be confident even faster than expected. All right? Faster than expected. You heard it right. Okay? So confidence creates confidence. Negativity creates negativity. Positivity creates positivity. And all of that stuff like attracts like and that all that really, really good stuff, or not so good stuff, when dependent on how you look at it. Also, once your self-esteem, now we're going to do that in a different part, but here we're looking at self-confidence, but also once your self-esteem starts improving, you will notice positive changes in your life. Most importantly, your doubts will begin to recede into distant memories and disappear permanently. Okay, so here we go. Here are the 9 steps that will help you in building self-confidence in yourself. Okay, number 1, get prepared. One of the most important steps to build your self-confidence is to get prepared. You need to clearly recognize where you are in your life and what goals you have. It's only then that you can create an effective plan to get there. You know where you stand in regards to your self-confidence. Nobody knows the level of your self-confidence apart from you. So think to yourself on a level is of self-confidence. If I was to look at a big graph and down the bottom left, I have a 0, and up the top, I have a 10, and I'm drawing a line from 0 across to the right, big graph. Where would your self-confidence be? 2, 6, 9, 4, 3. You know, 10 is unrealistic. 10 just doesn't happen. So it really have to go from 0 to 9, somewhere in around that. So think to yourself, what is my level of confidence? Yeah? Thought about it? Okay, let's move on. You are aware of the types of situations that you can handle comfortably and the types of situations that you have difficulty with. You know them, I don't. Think about the ones that you are comfortable with. Think about the ones that you are not comfortable with, that you have difficulty with. And reflect on this for a moment and try to get a clear understanding of where you are right now with regard to your path to self-confidence. Now consider where you would like to be. Now here we're talking about imagination. And imagination is a powerful mental tool. You can visualize yourself doing the things that currently make you uncomfortable. When you do this, picture yourself doing these things with ease. See yourself completing these tasks effortlessly, and if it were something that you had mastered and completed hundreds and hundreds of times. So see yourself doing that thing, whatever it is that you find difficulty with. See yourself in your mind completing that and feel the feeling of what it would like to have completed it. Okay? Feel the feeling. Doesn't matter what it is, what that thing is that you're having difficulty with. Ask yourself, what would it feel like if I were to complete that thing, whatever? What would it feel like? What would it feel like? And if your mind can think of it, it can be achieved. If your mind can see it, your mind can feel it. And if your body can feel it, then your body is what's connected to, I believe, universal energy, higher power, God, all that really, really good stuff. If your body can feel it, the law of the universe, God goes off and whatever it is, they will make it come true. They will make it so. That's their job. Would you just need to feel the feeling of getting it done, whatever that is. Now, on to number two, having the right mindset. Your next step to building your self-confidence is to adopt the proper mindset. You must believe that your goals are possible before you commit yourself to them. And if this is difficult for you, just remember to indulge in constant positive and rational thoughts. If you are thinking about your goal rationally, it becomes clearer that it is not possible but entirely probable. Nobody calls me, Mr. Possibility for nothing. These practices for building self-confidence have been tried, tested by hundreds of people over the years, and humanity has plenty of time and tested cases to sort out what works and what doesn't work by now. And rest assured that the information is out there and that what you desire is indeed quite possible, and eliminate any and all doubts about that right now. Accept it rationally in your mind and move on and say to yourself, this is possible or probable. Okay? We live in a world of probability and possibility. So which one are you on? Stop defeating yourself. This is number three. Another important part of your mindset is to make sure that you stop working against yourself. We tend to pick up bad habits that permeate negativity in our minds. In other words, our minds are just full of negativity. We need to make a conscious effort to remove these self-defeating thoughts and to stop anything that puts us down. They call these bad habits or self-defeating for a reason because they literally, what do? They defeat us. So you've heard many times, think positive, and you will continue to hear it if you ask people who know about how to be confident. Stay positive, stay focused on your dreams and goals, and take the right steps to get there. Now, number four, examine your strengths and evaluate them rationally. The best way to identify your strengths is to take some time and think back over your entire life, starting from your childhood. Try to find memories of each significant accomplishment in your life, regardless of who you are. I promise that there will be many. This is one of the best steps when it comes to building your self confidence. And don't play down anything. If you feel good about it, it matters. Write it down. Get yourself a sheet, write it down. If you want a foot race or three egg-legged and whatever that you won in third grade, fourth grade, fifth, eighth grade, and you remember the great feeling you had afterward, include it. Did you get the job? Out of all the five people that were interviewed, include that. Complete, complete and compile a list. This will be something that you will refer to at least weekly to remind you that you're actually quite capable of success. Focus on and highlight the ones that are most important to you. Number five, analyze your list. Now look at the list and think of it in terms of the things that you're currently comfortable with and the things that are still making you uncomfortable. Are you seeing any trends? You should begin to see what your strengths are, where they lie. What are the things that you are good at? Write these things down as well. We all need to be acutely aware of our strengths when we set out to accomplish any significant goals. Number six, you need to start developing a plan. Another crucial piece of the process is the development of a tangible and clearly defined plan. This will help you measure and bear witness to the progress you make, which will in turn reaffirm your belief that your efforts are paying off. By following a plan, you will learn how to be confident systematically and develop strong habits. Your plan should outline your goals. Start by brainstorming a list of things that you feel that you could not comfortably handle, but that you hope to be able to handle with the ease in the future. These are your specific goals. Nobody needs to know about these goals as yet. They're your goals. Include only any accomplishment, even the ones that seem insignificant. For instance, I used to feel a little awkward and ask strangers for directions or help. I wanted to be able to approach and speak to anyone with confidence, and so I would add this to my list. Don't be afraid to include the tough ones as well, like asking for a promotion, giving a speech in a room full of 1,000 people, or asking anybody down the hall out for dinner. Now put them in order from easiest to most difficult and focus on accomplishing each one before moving to the next one. So each accomplishment will earn you some amount of improved self-confidence that will help you to approach your goal and achieve the next. So each accomplishment is a building block to building self-confidence. Now, seven, and this is textbook stuff about goal setting. You will move through these accomplishments from easiest to hardest over time, and each time you achieve one, just like accomplishing any goal, you need to reward yourself by knowing forever that you can do this. And these small triumphs will never go away. They are stepping stones along your path. So each time you move forward to another goal, consider how to apply your strengths to the situation to make it easier. This term that I love, work smart, not hard, still applies whenever possible. So work on each step until it becomes as comfortable as the old hat. To this day, I still sometimes find myself asking people on whom I don't know for directions or assistance, just to talk to them. The things that we practice become a habit, and what we practice each and every day, we become experts at. Think about that. Have you ever heard the phrase, fake it until you make it? The idea behind this is so simple and it lends itself. well to building self-confidence. By practicing something enough and putting yourself out there, you will begin to incorporate these activities into your life in such a way that they become a habit, they become easy, they become to define you, and you become an expert in it. To a significant degree, you are what you do. Once you realize this concept fully, you are what you do. You begin to see that you can truly become anything that you want to be. You take action and begin to define yourself. You are seeking information right now which tells me that you are already practicing this concept, whether you knew it or not. You are taking action to define or redefine yourself into someone with greater confidence. In a way, you are in fact learning how to be confident right now simply by taking action. 8. Make a commitment to yourself. As you move forward in your learning and begin to progress through building your self-confidence, you will run into stumbling blocks. There will always be a small desire to quit, give up, and avoid challenging obstacles. Just remember that taking the easy path is like hiding from a challenge and works to break down your confidence rather than build it up. When possible, remain committed to your personal growth and push through challenges. The best part is, even if you fail, you will still gain confidence because you stood and faced the situation. You tried, you gave it your all, you gave it your best based on the tools and the knowledge that you had at the time. So there's a significant courage to be found in simply facing the fear and doubt and making an attempt. If it doesn't kill you, it will make you stronger. If it might kill you, then by all means, reconsider it. And last but not least, number 9, building self-confidence relies on rational thought. You will likely find that self-doubt will always try to creep in, but you will be looking for it. Learn to recognize it for what it is each time it happens. When these doubts present themselves in your mind, all you really have to do is back up and truly objectify and examine the situation. It is really possible to do this. It really is. Do people do this sort of thing all the time? I believe they do. So then it is quite likely that you can learn to do it as well. If, on the other hand, you doubt something because of a rational objection, it is also quite possible that a significant challenge lies there and the situation may warrant further evaluation. A new plan or acceptance that is an unlikely goal. So if you are 50 years old, for example, and you haven't been in the Air Force or gone to college, becoming an astronaut might seem a little bit of a difficult challenge or a little bit out of your reach. Or perhaps the path would be so challenging that it may not justify the end result. For instance, at a certain time in a colleague's life, he was determined to go to medical school and become a doctor. He was a great student, already a bachelor's degree, and many of the prerequisite courses completed. However, he was 35 and also had 3 children and no income. He started out determined and confident, but eventually the doubts began to form in his mind. Careful examination told him that remaining dedicated and confident might get him pretty far, and friends and family would help as much as they could. But 4 to 5 years of borrowing money and survive with no income would being able to work again might prove to be more strife than it is actually worth. So trying to handle that while completing one of the most academically rigorous career paths in existence might not even be healthy. He simply did not have a realistic and maintainable plan that suited his current situation. So upon careful thought revealed that his motivation was based on heavily on money and prestige, which might be bad reasons to drag his family through such difficulties. These realizations finally brought him around to reconsider his career path as a viable option. The moral of that is not all doubts are irrational and based on fear, but many of them are. but realistic when evaluating your doubts as well as your goals. As you continue to learn how to be confident, you will also learn how to better evaluate your goals and fears. So hopefully some of these concepts will help you better prepare as you continue along the path of building your self-confidence. Take this advice into consideration and prepare yourself mentally as you continue your efforts to learn how to be confident in all aspects of your life. You will be more open and willing to accept any direction that you receive. Get prepared and begin to make your way toward a new and more confident you. So what should you do now? Now that you have a couple ideas about how to get your head in the right place and your self-confidence level has the potential to reach new heights, you need a plan and a willingness to follow it. Again, I'll say that again. You need a plan and a willingness to follow it. That's it. That's all I got.